2 assignment. Sorry, if you see my eyes wandering over here, it's just I have my laptop prepared with some notes, so that's what I'm going to be referencing. I wanted to start off by talking, I think it was one of our first lectures you had mentioned that not every author has a personal attachment to the piece that they release. It doesn't mean that they necessarily feel the same as the main character. They just may have saw something, viewed something, thought about something, and they wanted to jot it down. And I thought that was very interesting. I never really thought about that when I was reading literature or even writing something of my own. So I was like, okay, I'll apply that to our next assignment when I'm reading or viewing whatever it may be. So I tried to do that with Life in the Iron Mills, but as I kept reading, I feel like Rebecca Harding Davis was really trying to use emotion here. She was really using pathos to kind of attack the emotions and views of her readers and viewers. And I definitely thought, especially you had mentioned that it comes from the New Yorker, Northeast, liberal, left, Democrat, whatever you want to say. But it is what it is, and I really think she was trying to get to those people and address the problems that we have in the workforce and how brutal conditions can be for some people. And it's honestly very sad. But at the same time, let's be honest, most of us don't have necessarily the desired job we would love or the income that we receive, but it's just reality. And a lot of the jobs that most of us have, us blue collar, you could use, we have hard jobs, and it's hard. Day to day is hard. Waking up is hard. Preparing food for your children, there's a multitude of things, and it's real difficult. But I really think she's trying to attack the emotions. And I got some quotes here I wanted to reference. She uses the term dirty canary, which I thought was very interesting because if you read Edgar Allan Poe and Crows, it gives a dark negative connotation, right? Where death and all those things are related to crows. But a canary is a songbird, a lovebird, and you would not necessarily see the adjective dirty used for that. So I thought that was very interesting, and just another kind of nailing it home that it's tough working, especially in the mills here, and a ton of other jobs that are just hard in America today. But she really is trying to drive that home. And then another quote I have here: God in distilleries only know what. She's talking about like when they're drinking, they're just crappy beer, just a couple dollars, like old American, just beer, And when you use the phrase only know what, it's sarcastic. It's like, who knows what's in that cup? Who knows what's in that bottle? Like it implies that it's gross in a sense. So she's just really, again, driving the point home that Hugh and Deb and all, like, it's just, it's hard. But then again, I have Deb bringing in the food to Hugh, and he eats it like a dog, like a savage, like shoving it in his mouth because he's just on the clock working. Someone's calling him over when she's there. And she had went through the mud, the dirt, like hell necessarily to bring this to him. And he's like, yeah, it's not even that good. And he's shoving it in his face like a dog. And it's just like, that's how it was back then. And some of those things can still be connected to today's life. And then I watched the video, and it's upbeat. It's more informational. I would say that was my biggest conclusion between the piece of writing and the video, is that the writing included emotion, and the video was just informative. It kind of had an upbeat music to it. If you paid attention to the background music, it's not dreary. It's just kind of letting you know, and it's not idolizing them in a way, but it's showing that they do hard work, and it's showing how it happens, and it's where the piece is like, oh, it's terrible, everything's bad, this is what's wrong, and it's very emotional, and it's sad, and it makes you feel a certain way. And you watch the video, and you're like, oh, this is how it operates. Like, if I had watched the video before I had read the piece, I think it would have been a lot different. But definitely, I think Rebecca Harding Davis was definitely trying to appeal to the reader's emotions. It was sad, it was dreary, it was